welcome back to the Spoilercast. The show we talk about movies, new and old, and we don't care about spoiling them because it's the Spoilercast. And my name is Tobias Widén, of course. And of course, as always, with me, as always, is my sister and trusty co-host, Rebecca.
Hello.
Hello. And in this episode of the Spoilercast, we are, of course, talking about another Home Alone movie, since that is our Christmas countdown thing for 2021. We're talking about all the Home Alone movies in reverse chronological order, so as to not, end on a sour note. So, this last Monday, or this Monday, earlier this week, we recorded and released our Home Sweet Home Alone episode. But you think Mondays? Usually there are no uploads on Mondays, and I don't see a Home Sweet Home Alone episode here on whatever podcast platform I'm listening to this on, because we're available on all of them: YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever. Well, that is because on Mondays we upload Patreon exclusive episodes, that cost you $3 a month for, 4 episodes a month. But since this is Christmas, it's the season of giving, the season of perpetual hope, all the Patreon episodes for December 2021 will be free of charge. So if you want to watch us, because it's a video podcast actually, if you want to watch us talk about Home Sweet Home Alone, you just go to patreon.com/please don't make a scene. There are links everywhere, so don't worry if I'm rambling. And there you can actually listen and watch us talk about the new Disney Plus monstrosity for free. Yes. And it will stay free for eternity. So it's not just over this Christmas season, it's gonna stay free. The other episodes are, of course, behind a paywall, so to speak. But, since you're already there, why not just hit the little subscribe button? And you can listen to all the other episodes we recorded this year and last year. And, I know, that's it.
All future episodes.
And future episodes, of course. And commentary tracks, early access to other podcasts and videos, bunch of stuff. $3 a month. Check it out. But, as we are here on a Thursday, it's a Wednesday as we're recording this, but it's a Thursday when you're listening to this, hopefully. Whatever. This is a free episode, and let's get on with it.
We are on Home Alone number 5, Holiday Heist.
Yes, Home Alone 5, Holiday Heist. This is the second time I've seen it. I made a video about all the Home Alone movies. Well, back then it was only 5. Many, many years ago. But this is the first time you saw it, right?
Yes.
Right. And you were not a fan at all of Home Sweet Home Alone.
No.
I wasn't really a fan either, but you really didn't like it.
I hated it almost.
Yeah. We both agree that it's a terrible sequel, and in general, not a good movie at all. So.
Yeah.
So, and you said, gladly now the worst is over, basically.
Hopefully, yes.
Yeah, but having seen number 5 now, what do you think? Is it better or worse?
It's better. I actually liked it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
The only problem I have with it is that they're marketing it as Home Alone. They could have just skipped that and it would have been a completely new movie.
Yeah, it would have been this random TV movie.
Yeah.
Christmas TV movie, yeah. Because the only similarity is that, there are booby traps and a kid who's not even home alone in this movie.
No, technically.
His sister is there too.
Booby traps.
Yeah. Because there are plenty of kids movies about thieves or robbers or whatever. So that's not a Home Alone thing.
No.
It's just very specific in Home Alone how they deal with them, and that's where this becomes a Home Alone movie. He sets up booby traps.
Yeah, but that's such a small and honestly kind of common detail that I would have marketed this as a holiday heist movie, not Home Alone.
They could have called it the Holiday Heist.
Yeah, that would have been enough.
Yeah. But of course, it's really hard to sell a movie, especially one that is as bland as this one, if you're just going to call it Holiday Heist. However, if you add Home Alone on top of that holiday heist subtitle, whew, you get millions more watching your crappy TV movie. So
Probably.
that's what they did.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna agree. This time watching it, I did laugh like once or twice. So, according to Mark Kermode's like comedy test, it fails because you need to laugh 6 times in 90 minutes, and I didn't. I laughed like twice. So
Well, I probably did actually.
okay, and I gotta say, towards the end when what's the gamer friend called?
I think it's Simon.
Simon, right? When he talks to the mom and like, oh,
Yeah.
sorry about the whole kidnapping scare and everything, and they gave him like money to go home to see his parents over Christmas. It was kind of nice. It was kind of heartwarming. Gotta say,
I had tears in my eyes because that was Christmassy.
it was very Christmassy. Yeah, that they gave him a Christmas present.
And a very nice one at that.
Very nice one. Yeah, and the character was properly set up. I mean, he had more screen time than the mother in Home Sweet Home Alone.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Almost.
Yeah.
But quickly, just to go through the plot. So this family, whatever they're called, I don't remember.
Baxters?
Baxters, right. The kid's name is Finn Baxter.
Yes.
They move from sunny California to snowy Maine so that the mother can she's get a new job. She's moving up in the world. She's a CEO of some new company.
No, VP.
Oh, VP. Sorry, yeah. It's kind of the same thing. I'm not sure. Whatever.
Nah. Not really.
Yeah, so they have to move to Maine. It's over Christmas, so it's perfect because you never have snow in California, but Maine, you're gonna have. It's a veritable winter wonderland. Yeah, so I was just gonna say. But of course, the kids are used to sun, and they're also very technologically handicapped. Well, no, they only use technology. They don't care about the outdoors or anything.
They're glued to their screens.
To their screens, yes. This is the beginning of that era when smartphones were getting big.
Yeah,
and all the kids were glued to their smartphones. Ah! Boomers everywhere.
Play in the snow.
Yeah. And it's kind of cleverly set up that they buy this huge, beautiful house pretty cheaply because she hasn't started her new job yet, so they don't have any money like that. But they get this huge house, and they set up. Oh, so what? Someone died in here, like the daughter says. That's how I got it cheaply. No, not exactly. But yeah, it was a former gangster's house. We later find out, so that's how they got it cheaply. Which actually has to do with the main plot, because hidden away in this former or dead gangster's house, there is a secret room behind a secret cupboard, and behind is a secret vault, and in that secret vault there is a hidden door to another secret room. And Jesus Christ! Yes. And in there is a painting that's a certain art thief wants to get to, played by Malcolm McDowell. Yes. And he hires a safecracker and another girl. I don't know what her role is really.
What? She picks locks and she's watch out? I'm not entirely sure. They've worked together before.
Yeah, I guess
probably
that's
why.
Yeah. So they are going to break into the house while it's vacant to steal back the painting, or steal a painting. But unfortunately, the Baxters move in. So, during a snowstorm, when the parents are at a Christmas party with the new company's boss, and the kids are left alone at home alone, they decide to break in, and hilarity ensues.
Yeah. We have a little bit of build up before that, so we can get to know the characters a little bit.
Yeah, it's very standard.
It's very standard.
It's super obvious that this is a TV movie, because there's even black screens where they cut to commercials.
Yeah.
And there's obvious cliffhangers before those black screens, so you will tune back in after the commercials. This is made for television.
Definitely.
Which also shows in the set design isn't terrible.
No.
But it's all very, I don't know, it's all very gray. Like the pictures like drained of color almost
Well,
sometimes.
everything's blue for some reason,
Yeah, it's very blue. There's no reds and greens really.
except for the Christmas
Well,
tree.
they have the Christmas tree and the Christmas lights, but all the walls are like bluish gray,
Yeah, everything is blue for some reason.
which isn't very
In the
Christmassy.
entire building. No, but it's very
It looks like,
wintry.
yeah, it all looks like in Sweden we call it mod, like gray snow. You know, the shit that piles up next to the
Yeah.
roads.
Once it's been used by cars and moved aside, basically.
Yeah, so the movie is very ugly.
Yes.
The the directing is very like
Basic.
basic, and it's this thing that they do in TV movies, specifically kids TV movies, where the energy of the characters is, or specifically the main characters, is like turned up to 11. Like he's so
Yes.
hyperactive, this kid, and just the scene where
He's
they're
basically climbing on walls
yeah,
as soon as he gets the chance.
and the scene where they're going to like pick up a Christmas tree or something,
Yes.
and you have the choir singing some song. I don't remember some
I didn't
Christmas song.
pick
I don't
up
remember
on
which one
what
it is.
song that was,
And in the
actually.
background, you have like a bunch of kids screaming, and they're cutting quickly between things they're picking up, and he's playing around with some nutcracker doll. And I started hyperventilating, and it's just something that happens in specifically in TV movies and kids movies.
Yeah.
It was very annoying.
It's the montage style while it's not really a montage.
Yeah.
Which is
Um,
it's an odd choice, but I can understand sort of why.
Yeah, 'cause
because you
it's-
can't really
it's-
do that a montage
no,
properly.
and I think kids would enjoy that.
Yes.
Because guess what? This is 100% a kid. Well, 99% a kids movie.
Yes.
There's no like adult jokes. It's all
Not
from
really.
no, not really. And it's all from the kids' perspective. It's very like basic when it comes to like messages. It's obviously
Yes.
made for kids.
Yeah.
That's also why you have a little sillier, less violent traps in this movie.
Yes.
Which, you know, I can't really fault the movie for. I personally found it hard to pay attention after a while. I started like, I started looking at like the trivia, and then I was, is there someone talking about this on YouTube? And then I even started looking for like, I was looking at like job ads just to see if anything like distract me, because it was getting kind of boring before the booby traps. Because
Yes,
there's this whole
once
subplot
distracted.
of Finn thinking the house is haunted by the dead leg, as the gangster was called.
Yeah.
but
by anything.
By anything,
really.
yeah. But it is the thieves like trying to break in or scouting the place the night before.
Yes.
And all that was just annoying. He was very annoying. The kid, I don't know what is his name. The kid who played Finn,
Christian Martin,
Christian Martin.
who's all grown up now.
Oh yeah,
Honestly.
yeah. I saw some.
It's just
pictures
weird
of him.
because normally when there's a kid actor in a movie, that's their IMDb picture, not him.
No, I guess he kept acting, so he needed to
Yeah.
update his profile pic. Christian. Oh, there it is. Christian Martin. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he
Um,
was in Anne with an E.
Yeah. I mean, he's done a bunch of TV.
Yeah.
That's about it.
And he is in pre-production for a movie, but he's only credited as actor so far, so we don't know.
Actor. Yeah. But he was very annoying.
Yeah.
Not you know. Well, he wasn't a great actor, but it
No.
was this time, unlike Felix. What the hell was the Max in Home Sweet Home Alone, where the character wasn't particularly annoying and the actor just made him assholish, douchey.
Yeah.
Here it's the other way around. Like the actor's
Yes.
fine, but the character was annoying. He was hyper and annoying.
Yeah, he was scared of everything at first, and then all of a sudden he's super brave and whatever, and then he's in between that he's just hyper when they're alone, because
Well,
kids being alone.
there's actually kind of an explanation for that. Once again, that is sort of, I mean, in comparison to Home Sweet Home Alone, it's kind of clever. because he's a gamer. He likes playing whatever it's called,
Yeah,
Robo Squadron 3 or whatever.
something. Yeah.
Some fake video game that they play, and he plays it online with Mr. Overlord or something.
Overkill?
Mr. Overkill, something, some guy he plays with online.
The Simon dude.
The Simon dude, yeah. So he plays that a lot, and he is like, because of that, he has trouble just being outside. He doesn't want to be outside.
Yeah, it's difficult to make connections when you're not used to talking to people face to face.
Yeah. So when this outside threat invades his safe space, basically, he treats it as a video game. When he talks to Simon, he says Simon thinks he's talking about a video game. So he's like, "Oh, it's like a tower defense game. You need."
When he describes it, it really sounds like a video game.
Yeah. Thieves are trying to get into my house. Well, yeah, you need art thieves. Yeah, you need to set up traps. You need to gauge your defenses. So several traps. Yeah. Several like layers of defenses, like Minas Tirith. Hey, the walls.
Yes.
Just call back to our previous episode, a previous free episode where we talked about Return of the King. Check that out as well. Anyway, so it makes sense that he would like, okay, you honestly, like this is before the world. This is made in 2012, so it's before the world became super progressive. But I mean,
yes.
I mean, if it was made like a few years later or today, they would make it more obvious that he is like on the spectrum, because he clearly is.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking his autism brain just goes into gamer mode and it's like, okay,
basically,
because that's what happens. Yeah, he shows no fear all of a sudden. He's definitely afraid of going outside and the ghosts and everything. But the second he realizes that it's like a video game, he's just like, huh. And decides to set up all the traps and everything.
It might be that it's a tangible threat. It's not a ghost, something you can't really pinpoint, but it's actual humans. It's easier to process that.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I'm armchair psychologisting this,
yes.
but you know, it makes sense.
Sure, yeah, it does. I mean, even if it's either way, like it's a tangible threat, but it's also much easier than to process it as a video game, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you know what you can look at it in a physical way.
Yeah, he turns what boomers would perceive as a weakness and turns that into a strength. His video game obsession. And it also gets him to do other things than watch a screen. That's the whole thing.
Exactly.
Which they, even if it's not perfectly like explained or fleshed out, it's kind of the arc in this movie. Because when they first move out there, the first thing he does is set up his video game stuff and starts playing, and then his dad is like, "Go outside, ask the neighbor kid if you want to do something.
What he likes.
What do you do for fun here?" Yeah, and he tries to talk to him, and all he talks about is snow, because that's all you can do in Maine is snow stuff. What are you doing
specifically in winter?
Yeah, in the winter. Yeah, but what do you do in the summer? Oh, I don't know. But that's not important.
Yeah, but
the story,
that kid, the neighbor kid, must be a couple of years younger. So he's like, well, there's snow now, so snow.
Sure, yeah. And he's like awkward, like, can't talk to him. So he goes back inside.
Yeah.
But during the movie, he has very brief but several interactions with the kid. I wish they fleshed that kid out more, because he has like a big part in the end of the movie, but you barely know anything about him. I wish he was in the movie more.
We know his name and that he likes snow.
Yeah, he likes snow. He's good at building snowball throwing machines, contraptions,
and snowmen.
Yeah. But then you have the standard Home Alone stuff. He sets up booby traps. The thieves try to get in. They get hit in the face by slime and boots, and they get shot by Christmas ornaments, stuff, and it's all kind of silly. Some really bad CGI effects, but it's because it's a 2012 TV movie, so whatever.
A few illogical uses of things like the garbage disposal and cotton. How does that make things? First of all, he turns on the faucets,
and that starts the garbage disposal thing.
Turns on, and it throws out cotton buds. I'm not sure how the physics of that work, but sure. It's a movie, whatever.
Sure, yeah. That's something where the original definitely works better, because booby traps, even though some of them they suspend your disbelief,
Sure.
but they all seem realistic. Here, some of them not so much.
Yeah.
But in the end, you actually have the thieves getting into the house and almost like catching them. But in the nick of time, he manages to best them, and then the police arrive to arrest them. And even though the parents in this movie, they're not in Tokyo, they're just like an hour's car ride away, if even that.
They're up in the mountains somewhere.
Yeah. But here, they still seem like more concerned and more willing to risk life and limb to get back to their children than the fucking mom in Home Sweet Home Alone. Because they get snowed in up in the mountains at the boss's Christmas party. And he's like, well, the good news is the snowstorm is over, but and we're going to get
dug out
in about 4 days. And she's like, nah, bruh, we need to get home to our children.
Like, a few hours? Sure. You days?
No.
That's not cool.
And they show, like, legitimate concern for their children, even though they've only been gone for a few hours. And
then, even more when they get the phone call and Simon very poorly phrases that the kids are being
Simon realizes after talking to Finn about what's happening that he's not playing a video game. There are actual thieves trying to get into his house.
Yeah.
So he manages to find the phone number for Finn's mom and calls her and is like, Mrs. Baxter, don't want you to worry. Your kids are safe. Who are you? Oh, I'm Finn's friend from the internet.
Yeah.
How did you get this number? So, and your daughter is also fine. She's locked in the basement. And it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and like I hacked Finn's account and found your credit card details. I'm like,
yeah, it sounds like he's kidnapped them. So they I don't know if she
calls the police or something.
Yeah,
obviously
on him.
On Simon, and they send the SWAT team.
And that's kind of funny because swatting has been a thing for a long time, at least in the internet world. In the mainstream world, I don't know how long people know about swatting. Maybe a few years. So I'm wondering if the director or the screenwriter is like a gamer in real life, because they have a swatting scene in this movie where a SWAT team storms Simon's dorm room or apartment or whatever, because he's in college, and think he has kidnapped children, which is that's literally how you SWAT someone in real life. Swatting.
Yeah, no, I know what
it is. Where gamers call SWAT team and other gamers.
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny.
I'm like scrolling through what he's written before. One of them, the first one I was scrolling through, is Aaron Ginsberg, and he has written some video game things. So
maybe he knew about swatting.
Maybe he knew about it. Yeah.
And that's another thing. Even though the video game they're playing is a fake one and looks obviously fake, the way they talk about the video game, it doesn't sound super convincing, but it also doesn't sound like it's a 60-year-old grandpa who's trying to write about them video games.
No, the other guy he's also been involved in video games.
Yeah.
Like Call of Duty 2.
Okay.
He wrote for that, so.
Okay, yeah. So at least they know something about video games, so it doesn't sound completely ridiculous when they talk about video games and video game strategies. No. And that's very appreciated.
Yes. It sounds like some sort of fake Halo game or something.
yeah, it's definitely, especially when we talk about pulse grenades.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, that was my first laugh in the movie. I don't remember exactly what it is, but it's the dad talking to Finn. And he's like he's asking Finn like, what's his preferred method or something?
Oh yeah.
And it's supposed to be some outside thing. I don't remember exactly, but of course Finn says pulse grenades because he's thinking about the game, and that is like, well, obviously pulse grenades, like.
Sure.
Even though that's nothing, it was just funny that it wasn't like, oh, pulse grenades. No, he just, oh well, obviously pulse grenades. If you have one, why not? So it was funny.
That's what I mean. This movie has charm, at least.
It
It
has a
has
little bit of
some
charm, yeah.
details that are nice. It has more Christmas feeling in
A lot
general.
more Christmas feeling,
A
yeah.
lot more Christmas feeling in
The
general.
the parents are at a
Like
Christmas party. They have Christmas decorations in the house.
they're getting the Christmas stuff. Just that scene is more, so much more than in Home Sweet Home Alone when they're just at this Christmas fair thing.
Yeah, I mean, he uses Christmas stuff to build booby
Yeah.
traps.
Though I'm not sure. The red, white, and green stuff at the garage floor, what the heck were those?
There's some sort of like
Beads?
beads that were in the Christmas tree.
Oh, the garland.
But
They
is that
have
a
wood
thing?
bead. Yeah,
Wooden
sometimes they have
beads look
wood
like
beads
anal
garland.
beads.
Yeah.
The same size, you know.
How do you know that?
I watched Jackass. I know what anal beads look like. I've been on
Okay,
the
fine.
internet.
No, but yeah, they have that sometimes in America. I'm not sure
Okay,
why.
sure.
Wooden beads, garland thingies.
All right.
It's a thing.
Yeah, and this. I mean, it's probably because we just watched, because we're recording this the same day as we recorded the Home Sweet Home Alone episode.
Yes.
So it might be because of that. But yeah, this movie, like, we're kind of heaping it with praise now, but that's because we're pointing out all the good stuff.
Well, yeah.
We did.
I mean,
we did point out some of the bad stuff in the beginning, but I mean, honestly, other than this looking kind of dull because it's drained of color, and the lighting is super flat because it's a TV movie, which you'll see a lot more of in number 4. I remember that because that's also a TV movie. And it's just, you know, the acting is humdrum. No one sticks out, and the both kids are kind of boring.
yeah. I did recognize the girl though, but I'm trying to.
Have you seen the Silent Hill movie?
I have.
She's the
kid.
the daughter, the adopted daughter.
She's the creepy kid.
Yeah, that's why I know her from.
Oh,
She's been in a bunch of other stuff
somewhere else. As well, I think.
But I think I've only seen her in that. I looked at her IMDb. I didn't recognize anything else, not particularly.
I've seen her in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean some small roles, but still, I recognize her. Cool.
Oh God, she's been in a ton of stuff because a ton of stuff has been in her.
Oh no! Why would you say that? That's rude.
That's a Red Letter Media joke. I'm sorry. That's a joke from their Nightmare on Elm Street commentary track, where Mike asks why the mother in that movie, she's such a terrible actress. Why is she in the movie? And Jay like explains like, no, she's like a TV star. She's been in a ton of stuff. And Mike quickly says, she's been in a ton of stuff because a ton of stuff has been in her.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Sorry, not this one.
No, I'm kidding. Well, I mean, it's Hollywood, so you don't know. But moving along.
Move along.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, the acting is not the most amazing thing in the world, but you do have some known actors.
You have known actors, yeah, like who's that? Malcolm McDowell plays the main bad guy.
You have Ed Asner as Mr. Carson, the mother's boss.
Yeah, Ed Asner.
Debbie Mazer. How do you say her name?
Mazer?
Mazer?
I think.
Jessica, the art thief.
Yeah, but just quickly, Ed Asner didn't act in this movie though. They just paid him to be on set, and he was drunk the whole time. Obviously, he's not acting drunk. He is properly drunk.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, that's his thing. He's been drunk or is he dead? I'm sorry.
Let's double check before we say anything bad.
I think he's dead. Yeah, he's dead.
This year, actually.
Oh right, yeah, he was.
In August.
He was like drunk the last 30 years of his life, so you know.
Yeah. Sure.
Anyway,
and also we have Mr. Crabman.
Mr. Crabman, yeah.
And Steeples.
Who plays Hughes, the safecracker in this movie.
Yeah.
And if there's anything more I want to complain about, it's the thieves. Once again, it's an obvious kids movie, so they act very silly and stupid, but it's because it's supposed to be funny for like 6-year-olds.
Yeah.
So, once again, I can't really fault them for that, but as a grown-up, not very exciting to watch.
No.
So that is really the big problem with this movie. That it's not very engaging for anyone over like 9.
Well, 10
10, I
as Bryn is
suppose.
10, I
Yeah,
suppose.
yeah. Um,
Yeah, I
but
mean, it was
it's
a bit
not
weird to see
bad.
Malcolm McDowell just be so
Silly.
silly and just bad
Yeah.
at his job in the movie. Not the acting wasn't bad,
No, he's
but like,
fine.
he usually plays these refined and like proper characters
Yeah.
who know what they're doing, and he
I
seemed to be knowing what he was doing in the beginning until he injures his foot, and all of a
yeah,
sudden he walks around with a boot and
that was really weird.
some
That was just
tools strapped to it.
that was one of those screenplay conveniences so they could make him look like Deadleg in this one
Yeah,
Deadleg the gangster, because instead of because he hits his foot on the thing
plow thing.
snowplow thing, yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, maybe he like stubbed his toe, but in the movie he seems to have like
he
broken
basically
his
broke
foot
his
or
ankle.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Um.
how are tools on the outside of a boot gonna help?
Yeah, I don't
And
know.
also, the kid sees him just after he puts that on, so he never has that effect on him in the house.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of going to the hospital and get it bandaged or get it put in a cast,
Gas?
he buys a boot. Yeah, and like you said, he ropes a bunch of gardening tools to the outside of it as splint,
What?
like splinting it.
But the
But I don't
boot
know
is
what that's
still
gonna
like loose
do.
around the foot, so
Yeah, that's really dumb, and it's only
it's
there
just
so they can do the dead leg scene where his
yeah,
shadow and his sound makes him sound like dead leg. That was
yeah.
dumb,
That was
really
a bit.
bad. But they don't really
And
bring it back other than that scene, except he runs around with it on, but it doesn't really
it doesn't
matter for the
hinder
rest of
him
the
that
movie. Yeah,
much.
exactly. So
So yeah, it's only for that shadow scene where you're supposed to hear the sound and like see his shadow
yeah,
dragging the leg. Fine, but eh,
it's it's such a
it's a bit
small part of the
still
movie, so it doesn't ruin the rest of the
because
movie.
yeah.
It's not like having the thieves be the good guys,
No.
which kind of ruins the entire movie.
Yeah. In this case, we actually don't mind seeing them get hit and hurt, even though
Yeah,
they don't get hit and hurt that bad.
no, but yeah, because they're the bad guys.
Yeah,
We want them to get hurt, not get hurt, but be stopped.
exactly.
Yeah. So this is gonna be a short episode because I mean,
Yeah.
in general, it's an okay movie. Like I'm not
It,
gonna rewatch it because it's kind of boring, but
I
it's
might
not.
next year.
But it's not bad.
No, no.
It's
I
just
mean, the
boring and cheap.
is that they tried to bank on the Home Alone
Yeah,
thing.
it shouldn't have been a home. If this was not a
Yeah.
home, if this was just a holiday heist, I would probably give it a better score because
Yeah,
at least I know it's not a cheap like rip off.
exactly. They're not trying to be
Then it would
something
have
they're
just
not.
been
They're just,
a cheap mediocre movie,
yeah.
which I guess is better. Um, yeah, this is like I mean,
However,
yeah,
since they are banking on the Home Alone thing, shouldn't they have been able to get a bit more funding and maybe make it a little bit better, as in quality wise?
I don't know. I mean, the third one,
Quality wise, like
the first two were huge successes.
yes,
The first one was like a okay critical success even.
yeah,
It didn't get great reviews, but it got good reviews. The second one, not so much, but people still went and saw it because it's Home Alone again.
yeah. You have to see
Yeah,
it. They
yeah.
managed to keep the magic going.
Home Alone 3 kind of flopped because they tried to make a Home Alone movie without Kevin McAllister. It's not going to work.
Yeah,
That movie, we'll talk more
true.
about that in that episode, but as its own thing, just like this, it's okay. But as a Home Alone movie, it just doesn't really work because it's
No,
you expect Macaulay Culkin's charm and skill as an actor, and you don't get that with that
yeah,
new kid.
no.
So that one, I think that one kind of flopped. That's why the next one was a canceled TV pilot turned into TV movie, or
Right.
like straight to DVD movie, and then this one is also like straight to TV and DVD.
Yeah, this one is literally marked as a TV movie
Yeah,
on
so
a
they didn't want to spend any money on it, but they still wanted to bank on the name.
they wanted to try.
Yeah, they didn't want to gamble with their money at all. They're like, here is the minimum requirement to make a movie.
Yeah.
bring us back at least double that. That's about it. Like, and it's a TV movie, so they don't have to worry really.
It obviously doesn't have a Metacritic score.
No.
Neither does Home Alone, Sweet Home Alone, whatever.
Home Sweet Home Alone. No, yeah.
However, they're both rated on IMDb as 3.5.
Yeah, the
which
user
I
score
don't
is
find
3.5.
fair.
No. I didn't mention it because I kind of rated it as we were talking about it, but I gave Home Sweet Home Alone a 2. You got one score for at least trying something different, and
Sure.
one score for having pretty good like violent traps.
Yeah.
Rest is just no. So 2 out of 10.
This one, I wouldn't give it a little bit more.
I'd give it like a
4 at least.
Yeah, 4.5.
Yeah.
Because its main
it's
problem
not
is
the
that
whole-
it's boring.
Yeah.
There's nothing like. There's no real problems with the plot. It's not convoluted. It's not like there's no plot conveniences. It's a solid kids movie plot with
Christmas feeling.
With okay performances.
Yeah.
The only thing is that it looks cheap.
Yes, that's the main problem.
It looks cheap and it's obviously made for kids, so it wasn't that engaging.
Might not.
Exactly.
Might not appreciate it as much as a child would.
But yeah, like 6 or 7 or 8-year-olds, they would probably love this movie.
Yeah. Specifically if they're into video games.
Yeah, and maybe, if you show them the original and then this, they wouldn't like it as much. But on its own, fine. Like Christmas Day around 3 p.m., putting this on for kids. Yeah.
This is going to sound horrible, and you're probably going to hate me for this. But I have a feeling that some of today's kids might actually like this holiday heist more than the original.
No, I can't imagine. Because
it's more relatable.
Yeah, but I mean, there is something like, what's it called? Almost like a not a biological response, but like a psychological response. Like even if you don't know like what good acting, good pacing, good set design is, you recognize it like subliminally. I think they would prefer the original over this.
Yeah,
I do think so.
I mean,
but I don't think they would hate this one.
No, definitely not.
They would be incredibly bored by Home Sweet Home Alone, because half the movie are just a middle-aged couple planning to rob a kid.
Yeah.
Here, at least, they focus on the kid.
Exactly. I mean, even the sister has a bit of a character development.
A little bit.
War and Peace or whatever it is.
Yeah. Oh, right. Yeah, she actually starts reading.
She's like enthused about it. She's like, oh yeah, I need to read the next page.
Yeah. Oh, right. And the character arc for Finn is he starts out as kind of a shut in. He's a video game nerd. And he has trouble
of the outside world.
Yeah, he has trouble making friends with the neighbor kid. But as the movie goes on, of course, he has to get out of his shell to protect his home, and because of that,
another nerd actually helps.
Huh?
Because talking to another nerd actually helps. He talks to Simon, which is kind of like him talking himself up.
Yes, and he's kind of talking to his future self as well.
Yeah.
Simon does nothing but play video games all day. That's the beauty of college. He's obviously not going to any classes. He's just sitting there. It's like 4-year vacation, basically.
Yeah.
But he also realizes that, oh shit, my life is kind of empty.
Kind of sad.
Yeah, and Finn then giving his dad's quote to him, you need to get out there, whatever. It's
the world or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
It's very little, but at least it's something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, oh sure, and then he gets engaged in helping Finn out. So.
Which is also getting him out of his comfort zone a bit.
Yeah, and that's the only adult joke when the SWAT team arrives and they're like, "Where are the children?" and they're all aiming guns at him. And he's like, "Hey,
the controller."
Yeah, he's got a gun, and they all pepper spray him. That was hilarious. That was my second laugh of the movie. That was very funny. And then him showing that he has a direct feed to the webcams that Finn puts up in the house.
Yeah,
so you can watch along. Which
I think he's streaming it through the game somehow.
Which wouldn't work, but that's also whatever.
Yeah.
internet,
I mean, this kid seems
technology,
to be like
whatever.
a technological wizard because he's like setting up regular webcams as heat cameras
Yeah,
and
also wouldn't work, but whatever.
no,
That
and
was
he's like
that's another.
showing it on three screens at the same time, and
Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah,
God,
some of
it's
that
ridiculous.
technology stuff cringy because it's obviously fake, but it's fine.
Yeah, but it's funny and it works
Yeah, and
for
also
what it
and
is.
also because the rest of the movie is at least a little bit engaging, you
Yeah,
can forgive stuff like that. We've talked about that
yeah,
before. You start nitpicking when the movie isn't engaging. Home
exactly.
Sweet Home Alone wasn't engaging, therefore we started nitpicking more on the pacing and structure of the
Yeah,
movie. It feels weird saying this about Home Alone 5. Because the last time I saw it, I hated it. But that's because I had seen 1 and 2 first, I think.
yeah.
Like in close,
I
proximity
mean,
to this one.
personally, I will never say that this is better than one or
No,
two,
no, 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 no,
but it
no,
might
no, no.
so far because I haven't seen number four, but I have seen number three, and I don't like that one as far as I remember. So
No,
this one might
no.
actually be placed at at like third place for me.
Well, we'll see. We'll see
We'll see.
when we
We'll see.
get there. We'll.
As of now,
It's As of this countdown, it's the best movie we've seen so far.
well, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Home Alone, the holiday heist. Not
Not that
terrible.
bad.
Yeah, not terrible. I mean, yeah, it's a 4 out of 10. I wouldn't recommend it, but
But like, if you can't think of another Christmas movie to watch, why the fuck not?
it won't hurt. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rather this than Home Sweet Home Alone.
yeah. Don't.
Honestly, it's a better Home Alone movie than that one.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't pay Disney.
Well,
Well, you do because
depends on
it's
how
on
you
Disney
watch it.
Plus. Well, yeah, if you find it somewhere else than Disney Plus, you
Then
cannot support Disney with watching this one instead.
yeah, yeah,
You gotta throw in some of our standard hating on Disney.
sure. And that's
Just
why
a little.
we share one Disney Plus account. So
It is made for several users.
oh sure, yeah, but we don't both pay for it, so we get away a little bit with it. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't really have much else to say about it
No.
because we'll just
I-
keep repeating that it's kind
Yeah,
of boring, but it's not terrible.
exactly. And I mean, it's not a horrible runtime. It's barely an hour 30.
Yeah, I think it's like an hour 25 without credits.
27 on IMDb. So yeah, with credits 27.
Yeah.
It cuts right
Which is
to the chase.
oh yeah.
It's
There's no
great.
opening credits other than the title. It just starts with the title and then the movie starts,
And
which
then we're
is
in the
super
snowy
weird.
mountains of Maine.
Yeah. There's
I
no
gotta say though, when that opening that only opening scene, I was like, why does this remind me of The Shining?
well, yeah, because it's an aerial shot of a lonely car driving through mountains.
See some big structure in the back, which kind of looks like the hotel.
Oh, really? I didn't notice it. Oh my
It's
god.
like shit, it's
I got-
Shining.
I'm gonna do an edit of that.
Yes.
Uh,
I
anyway,
know. That's it.
that's it. Yeah.
Actually, I would recommend it. Please watch. Please do. It's
No,
not bad.
no,
If you need a
no.
Christmas movie, you should watch this
I mean,
for the holiday season.
if you've watched the first one 1,000 times and you're tired of it, if you've watched the second one 1,000 times and you're tired of it, and if you gotta pick one,
You want to see something you haven't seen before, maybe.
yeah, pick this one over Home Sweet Home Alone. At least I'll say
Yes.
that. I mean, but there are hundreds of other
Or,
Christmas movies that are much better. We were,
when you want to see something you haven't seen before, maybe.
yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm realizing that I need to start watching new Christmas movies. 'cause
Christmas
I'm
movies you haven't seen
rewatching the same
before.
like 10 movies every year.
Yeah, I always
need
try
to
to add. I always try to add a couple new ones every season. At least
I
a
added
couple
another
new
one
ones.
today.
Yeah.
Actually, I've watched like 3 Christmas movies today. I'm so in the. It's December 1st, and I'm jumping headfirst.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I think that's it for this
I
episode.
think that's it.
Yeah.
Some of these will probably be shorter because we're talking about very similar movies
Yeah.
and possibly not very eventful movies.
Yes. But I mean,
It's fine.
at least it was a positive one, unlike the last one. But yeah, I want to say thank you so much for listening, or thank you so much for watching. And like I said, please check out the free Patreon episode on patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. So number 6, 4, and 2 are going to be the Patreon episodes.
Yeah.
Right? So 5, 3, 1 are the free episodes. Yeah. So if you want the full package, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/don'tmakeascene. Check us out on Spotify, Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, wherever you listen to podcasts. And of course, patreon.com/don'tmakeascene. But other than that,
keep up with us on our socials as well. We're on Twitter and Instagram, and you can find everything in the links everywhere.
It's we have a Linktree thing, so that's cool. So please check that out, and once again, thanks so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next one where we talk about Home Alone 4. But until then, have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.